You know that feeling. You tap your phone to buy a coffee and poof, it just works. It's like a little bit of everyday magic. But behind that incredibly simple tap, there's a world of unbelievable complexity, fierce competition, and constant innovation. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a look at what's really going on inside your digital wallet. So, to really get a handle on where all of this is headed, let's start with something that feels like it's straight out of the future, but it's actually happening right now. I mean, if you've ever traveled internationally, you know the drill, right? You're either messing around with currency exchange, getting slammed with foreign transaction fees, or, and this is the worst, your card just gets declined for no reason. What if you could just skip all of that? What if you could pay for things just as easily as you do at home? Well, a company called BC Card has kicked off this really groundbreaking pilot program, and they're aiming to solve that exact problem for tourists and visitors by weaving digital assets right into their payment system that's already there. Okay, so let's break down how this works because it's really clever. It's basically a three-step dance. First, a tourist has a stablecoin, which is just a digital currency that's pegged to their own home currency, in their phone's wallet. Then, when they're about to pay, that stablecoin instantly converts into a prepaid digital card that works on BC Card's network. And finally, they just scan a QR code at the register and the payment zips through like any other local transaction. For the user, it feels totally seamless. But for the system underneath, oh, it's a total game changer. Now, as cool and innovative as that solution is, it's not happening in a vacuum. It's being dropped right into one of the most competitive, most chaotic battlegrounds in tech today. I mean, just look at these numbers. The way we use digital wallets to pay for things in stores has absolutely exploded. We're talking about it more than doubling in just the last few years. This has gone from something only techie people did to a totally mainstream habit. And believe me, everyone wants a piece of that pie. But here's where it gets really wild. There's almost no loyalty. You'd think with all these big names out there, people would pick a favorite and stick with it, right? Nope. 3 out of 4 people used a different wallet for their most recent purchase. Nobody has managed to become the automatic go-to choice. And it's not hard to see why. The whole space is just incredibly fragmented. You've got the tech giants like Apple and Google, you've got the payment OGs like PayPal, you've got buy now, pay later services, and even big retailers like Walmart are pushing their own apps. For us, that means a ton of choice. But for businesses, it's a massive headache trying to accept every single one of these payment types. So why is this all so ridiculously complicated? Well, it's because making something feel simple and convenient for you and me requires a truly staggering amount of work behind the scenes. And this slide just nails that disconnect perfectly. On one side, there's us, the user. We expect magic. We want every payment to be instant, totally secure, effortless, and to work absolutely everywhere. But on the other side, the reality for the companies building these wallets is a constant, brutal fight against integration failures, security threats, a maze of regulations, and the ever-present fear of the system going down. And if you think a tiny delay doesn't matter, think again. This number is just staggering. For an online business, a 1-second delay at checkout can cause a 7% drop in sales. In the world of payments, speed isn't just a feature, it's literally money. And then there's the big one, security. This isn't just a checklist item. It's a full-on, nonstop arms race. For every defense they build, like multi-factor authentication or fancy AI fraud detection, you can bet there are criminals out there cooking up new phishing scams and malware to try and break it. Keeping our money safe is a huge and never-ending investment. And as if all that wasn't enough, companies have to deal with this spiderweb of regulations, things like Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering laws that are different in every single country. They have to plug into hundreds of different banks, guarantee almost perfect reliability, and somehow convince us to trust them with our data. Yeah, making payments simple is incredibly hard. So all this complexity, all these challenges, it kind of brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? The question becomes, how do you even begin to tackle these massive problems? Well, a lot of the time, the answer is to stop trying to solve everything at once and just focus on one really hard problem. And that's why that BC Card pilot is so brilliant. It's not just some cool tech demo. It's a laser-focused solution for one of the gnarliest, most frustrating problems in payments today: how to make money move smoothly and cheaply across international borders. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The CEO of BC Card, Choi Won-sek, put it perfectly. He said, "This new tech is basically tailor-made to fix all the friction that comes with international payments. It has the potential to make the whole experience way, way better for travelers. The real genius here, the secret sauce, is that they're not trying to tear down the whole system and start from scratch. They're creating a hybrid. They're taking the speed and efficiency of a brand new technology like stablecoins and plugging it directly into the trusted, stable, already built infrastructure of a payment card network. It really is the best of both worlds. So, after digging through all of this complexity, what's the big takeaway here? What does it all mean? Well, the entire digital payments industry, all of it, really boils down to this one fundamental conflict. On one side, you've got us, the users. We want more choice, more options, but we also demand that it all be dead simple to use. And on the other side, there's the immense, hidden complexity that companies have to wrestle with to actually make that happen for us. And that leads to the bottom line, which is this. Brand recognition means absolutely nothing if the payment fails when you need it to. The company that ultimately wins our loyalty, the one that wins the wallet wars, isn't going to have the flashiest ads. It's going to be the one whose technology is the fastest, the most stable, and the most reliable every single time. Because in the end, this race isn't about market share or who's number one in a poll. It's about trust. It's about the trust that when you tap your phone to pay, it's just going to work. So take a look at your phone. Which wallet have you really come to rely on? The one you open without even thinking about it? Well, that's not just your preference. It's a little prediction for the future of money.